10 o'clock, so I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Excuse my voice. This is a regular Commissioners Court meeting for County of Starr, Monday, December 23rd. Let the record show that we do have quorum, everyone being present. If everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Vicky, can I have a bottle of water? Just your temperature.
Que no te la hagan.
Any public comments? No. Okay, claims, Mr. Pettis.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners. The claims have been reviewed.
Move to approve.
Second motion.
Moved and second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next thing is the vendors list.
Yes, sir, the new vendor list, again, has been reviewed and the recommended. Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved and second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. If it's okay with the court, I'd like to skip to item 20. And this is an action item to approve the extension of contract with Thomas Rutledge and Associates on the grant writing that they're doing for us. Their contract doesn't expire till the end of January, is that correct? But Mr. Rutledge is going to be out of town, so we'd like to do it at this time, if it's okay with the court. It's the same contract, same everything. It's just an extension for another year.
Motion to approve.
Second, Your Honor.
Moved and second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Anything you want to say?
Just for a matter of information, for the record, my name is Hollis Rutledge, and I appreciate your confidence in continuing to work with you. We met with most of you early on relative to some of your priorities. I have with me my colleague and the grant coordinator, Frankie San Martin, that wishes to disseminate the report as a matter of record and information in case you have any questions relative to the status of some of the grants that we were working with. We've been working with the county judge relative to some of the projects, as well as with Commissioner Raul Peña, and of course we've met with Commissioner Sainz and Commissioner Loy Garza relative to their parks. And you will note in the report that it does indicate that we've applied for all of the above. And with that in mind, I'd like to go ahead and lateral to Frankie San Martin in case any one of you have a question in particular to your specific projects. Frank?
Yes, sir. On my part, what have you put in for in my area?
So I've been working with some local foundations, well, state foundations, and I'm trying to get some funding for, I remember we had talked about that soccer lighting and stuff for over there in your park that you have. So we submitted and we're waiting to hear back from them. Also, I know we're expecting some money this coming year that the county will use as park money. And we want to leverage those fundings in order to apply to the Texas Parks and Wildlife in order to get more money for a bigger project.
Because I like to have some redo some structure on the park, like a little water park.
Okay.
But you haven't implied that in here, right?
No. Our focus right now was more of the soccer complex that you had, just to get some lighting. Just because it was heavily used and it was, since with the foundations, they're not as big as the grants, they're a little smaller in what we can apply for. But we can pursue that though. We can meet early next year and begin to work on
Yeah, I'd
on
like
that.
to get together with you because I got some other stuff that,
Okay.
that we like to apply for in general.
Yes. Yes, yeah, well, most definitely, Commissioner. I will schedule a meeting and I'll meet with you. I'll go over there into your office. And like I said, I know there's some parks money that we're trying to. Usually with Texas Parks and Wildlife, we can apply to now up to $750,000, but there has to be a match. So once we, if we're able to secure some of that match money, we can apply for these a lot bigger projects. And that way the county doesn't just budget $500,000, but those $500,000 become another $500,000 or $750,000, et cetera, et cetera. So I know as far as USDA, we've been working on the courthouse project. We've pretty much have finished the application. I was just missing the form from the county auditor, and they should be sending that to me. It's a real basic form that they just need to fill out. But it's okay because it's the holidays, and I'll rather submit right after the holidays because sometimes USDA office will.
Yeah, they're not there.
They're not there. And then with the drainage project, we've been working on it, and we're actually trying to get. There's an environmental and engineering that needs to get done, so we're actually applying for a grant with USDA to cover those costs. Right now, what we're trying to do is just narrow the scope of what the environmental and the engineering is, just because the engineer is giving me a really high number, and I send them what I actually need, not necessarily what it will cost to do a $200,000-$300,000 environmental, but rather something for this project. So we're working on that. So we're moving forward. We're excited.
Gladiator drainage.
Sí.
What, Judge, maybe that in this same thing, Judge, that we could have some type of bring in, but well, no, just forget it. We'll talk about that later. With the tire problems that we got, I think we need a big shredding machine where,
For the big tires or?
for all the tires,
You had mentioned that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Pero we need a county one so that everybody could submit ahí y se hace.
But
No
look
más
at
una
that-
un briefing.
Yeah, but the problem is that when you go out there and you take all these tires and then you go to the landfill and say, well, then we can only take 15, 20.
I understand you're saying, but
I mean,
we can't idolize it, we gotta make it available for all 4 precincts.
well, that's what I'm saying, yeah, es lo que estoy diciendo, pero, and then we go out there and you get to the landfill, where they only accept 18, 20,
It
30.
becomes a logistic problem, Commissioner. that-
that's what is happening.
Yeah, it's one man hours, and that can be fixed easily. It's where do we store them, where do we stock them, that's another problem. But we can address that.
But we're talking about the one that shreds them completely,
Well, again, the thing is, and Frank and I have been working real closely. Right now, what we're trying to see is how much money we can get grant so that we can determine how much loan we're gonna need and ensure that we can service the loan without raising taxes, without doing any of that. And that is still up in the air. Frank and I have talked to Congressman Cuellar's office, and there was some language that was gonna be introduced. I don't know if you've heard anything about it, and I don't wanna expose it now, because I don't know what's gonna happen. But, see, once all that gels, then we'll have a better indication of how much money will be left over for other things.
Yeah.
Is that about right, Frank?
Yeah, that's spot on, pretty much.
But yeah, make sure you let them know what your needs are. so-
Yeah, I'll schedule a meeting with
Well,
you,
you need to
Commissioner.
stop by, because you were there for a little while, and I mean, we didn't we didn't go to see the areas up there.
Okay, I'll schedule a meeting.
Because there's other things that I need to want to imply there in those parks.
Okay, I'll be there.
Any other comment?
No, sir. No, sir.
I do have a motion, and a second. Did I call for the vote?
Yeah.
Did it already pass? Well, thank you all so much.
Thank you.
I know y'all need to run, so
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you so much.
Going back to
Hope you
our,
all get better.
I hope so. Going back to our agenda, item 6 is an action item, and this to approve a loan request from the general fund in the amount of $15,000. And this to pay POs 118734, 118233, 118474, 117958. These are payments to the 5310 program. These are all reimbursable.
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion.
On advance.
Sí, las, the advance.
Son advance de nutrition program.
Del
Ahí nos dimos la junta
5310.
que fue Frank, no justo.
Oh, sí, okay.
All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 7 is also an action item, and this is to approve a resolution to submit a grant application for the district attorney testing of forensic evidence grant number 3942301. This is just to submit the resolution.
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8 is a request to approve security lights at Zalilanyo Road and Isidra Street.
Yes, Your Honor.
Zalilanyo.
This one belongs in precinct 2. Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second motion.
Moved and second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 9 is an action item to accept the donation from Sharon Development of 5 acres to precinct number 3.
Yeah, this to accept, Sharon, the development donated 5 acres of land north of La Union School, sir. It'd be about half a mile from the Highway 83. This is to build a new cemetery for the people of precinct 3. And the papers have been filed, they're already filed and everything.
Yes, nomás precinct 3 or for all the county?
No, precinct 3.
So, si yo
Just
me
to
muero, no me
clarify.
puedo enterrar.
¿Tú
ahí,
crees
nada
que has
de
muerto?
correr,
No importa dónde
nada
lo entierres.
correr.
No queremos garrapatas de
Ey.
otra parte. Nomás en el precinto número 3.
Ah, bueno.
Yo agarro de todos.
Yo también.
Is that a motion?
I do some more.
Second, Your Honor.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please,
Voy
aye.
a dejar en la wheel que me pongan ahí nomás para que se te quite.
En precinct 3.
Yo voy y hago el pozo.
A ver si me puede parar.
Nosotros lo enterramos.
Cada liberal. Muérete ahorita, verás.
Item 10 is an action item, and this is to approve the 2020 preliminary election workers.
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
¿Ya lo vieron?
No.
Yo tampoco.
¿Por qué? John Descope, ¿no? ¿Cómo hacer?
¿Dónde está?
Aquí está.
No tan.
Guadalupe González, Jessica Flores, Jennifer López y Josué Villarreal.
No, nunca la pagué.
Eso es lo que va a ocupar el ahí, ¿o qué?
Están aquí.
Está en el paquete.
Jessica es mía, ¿no?
Así es.
Es de ahí donde-
Election workers, aquí vienen.
I see, okay. Go ahead. Okay, someone made a motion. Did someone second?
Second.
Second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 11 is a, action item to approve, final approval on Coyote's Den subdivision.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. This subdivision, Coyote Dance, is in Mr. Eloy Garza's precinct. I would like to recommend for final approval for Coyote Den
I do some more.
subdivision.
Second, Your Honor.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
¿Dónde?
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Mando, do they have the lighting,
Uh,
street lights?
Not yet, so that would be maybe with the Commissioner's request.
But they should be installed by the.
Yeah.
Now, the streetlights, normally, the way that works is it CPNL or Medina?
That would
It's
be,
CPNL.
CPNL. Normally, CPNL takes a while to go in there, but they need to show that they have paid CPNL everything, before, you know, we can approve.
Do you have those? Do you have that already?
I haven't, it's here in the maps, sir. I don't know if they have
No, son solares, no, half acres, but is that
The other half
the
acres.
street from one end to the other?
yes, it has a cul-de-sac at the end, da
Right,
vuelta.
digo, pero no, there's no street lights installed?
No, not.
They don't have
not-
already approved those street lights?
You know, they should have improved. I know, for example, water and sewer, there's a contract that must be signed by the water supplier.
Yeah, they do have
Yeah,
water.
We promised to
Yes,
give
sir.
them water for 20 years or whatever
Right,
it is.
yeah, that's in order, that's in order. The septic tank systems are installed, that's also in order. The only thing that, is with the street lighting, that would fall maybe with a request from the commissioner, then.
No.
No?
It's
No.
it is on the, it's in the
Yeah,
federal
that's part of
rules
the-
regulation. We already passed that, and, they should be included in the
Flat.
flat.
The plan, okay.
You want to amend your motion to
On the
approve
subject to-
pending street lighting?
Right, pending lighting, yeah.
Okay.
Is that, who seconded?
I second it.
Is a second?
Yes.
Also amended.
We amended,
Okay.
depending on street light.
Just tell him they need to either install the lights
Ya se fue.
or have a letter from CPNL saying that they have already been paid for it,
Okay, sure.
so that they can be installed. Is that your motion, Commissioner?
Yes.
Okay, I'll get on.
Any further discussion?
No, sir.
All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The next one is, an action item on preliminary approval for pipeline estates.
Yes, sir, it's by precinct, sir. I do assume it's gonna be 5-acre tracts.
I second that.
I have a motion, a second, to approve the preliminary approval for pipeline estates. Discussion. This is gonna be paved, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Items 13
To 19.
through 19 are budget amendments. Mr. Pettis,
Yes, sir, those are all amendments within the department.
Motion to approve.
Second.
moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. It is 10:20 and pursuant to section 551.074, we will now go into executive session to discuss order of salaries. It's 11 o'clock and we're in open session. We only had one item to discuss, and that was the order of salaries.
Your Honor, I would like to make a motion to approve the order of salary with the exception of what we discussed in executive session.
Second that motion.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Eloy Sárez,
All in favor, please, aye.